The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
we in the Taj Mahal of football going up on a Tuesday. It's the Players Lounge, sponsored by Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the Dallas Cowboys. You are now rocking with the best. I'm Heckma Harrison, and guys at the table are the players. It's my man D-Mac, and my boy BC is up in here.
Yes, sir.
Somebody's booked and busy, so they figured today would be the day that they'll let us know. Be a little late for the show, but Newey is here. He'll be on here in just a minute, man. But we didn't get a chance to talk to you, BC.
What's happening, man?
How you doing? First of all, good to see you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
No perfect attendance for Newey.
Yeah,
Church
that was one of my, that's one of my blemishes.
Man,
one of my blemishes this week.
You got to take your days when you got your days.
Yeah.
For all y'all out there got your days, man, you better start taking your days, man, at the end of the year. For the year.
You got to.
So
you got to get them in.
You had yours. How are you, man?
Doing good, man. Doing real good. Weather good outside. Can't complain. Healthy. So, everything's on up and up. Fam good. Everything on up and up, man.
I saw you yesterday, man. You was on one. What about you, man? Yeah, all right, man. You had he ready. It's other boys week. You know what I'm saying? He got his representative way up high right now.
These dudes here. So they come in here yesterday. I'm talking about smiling from ear to ear because Philly got beat. I'm sitting there saying, that don't have nothing to do with us. And the whole day they talk about that just gives us we optimistic now because we saw they got a chink in their arm. And I'm like, that don't mean nothing.
He the only one came in here with chink in the arm, and nobody said nothing about no chink in no armor.
Whoa.
That was you from the beginning.
Whoa, you didn't say that?
No, you said that.
Would you like to bet?
You're the one, you opened the show with chink in armor.
Would you like to bet?
I don't want to bet.
All right, because I ain't never said that.
Man.
I actually came here yesterday and said that didn't have nothing to do with us. I ain't got no chink in the armor. They've been playing that way all year.
So, Barry.
What's up, man?
I'm not gonna argue with this man today.
I'm gonna rewind the tape
because that's what he loves to do. Forensic. He gonna
go back and find something.
That's why I'm
go back and find
I don't deal with him on that level at all.
So I didn't say chink. I'm gonna say that now. I didn't say it.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Anyway,
well, I see you tomorrow. I see you tomorrow.
Barry, man, what you think about it? I mean, we've been talking about Philly. This Philly, this how we play Philly. Obviously, Sunday night, everybody's anticipating this matchup. But you was tuned in at 3:15 to that game, man. So I want to know. We didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday, but tell us, man, what did you think about it?
So when I looked at that game, at first going into it, I'm like, it's about to be a matchup. This is about to be it. Like, you got two powerhouses in the NFC, possibly the two best in the National Football League, going at it, primetime footage, all that good stuff. In the first half, it kind of lived up to it. 14-6. I feel like Philadelphia squandered a couple, red zone situations in there. They squandered them early on, and that kind of gave, the 49ers the momentum to go. But when you look at them as a whole, man, I just don't see any. We talk about chinks. I don't see anything when it comes to the 49ers. That's going to be a bad matchup for anybody in the league, maybe outside of Baltimore. That's going to be a bad matchup. So when you look at the 49ers, I think at the end of the day, it's going to have to go through San Francisco to get where you want to go. And we're talking about the S-Bob. If you want to get to where you need to go, it's going to have to go through San Francisco because now you look at it, not only is the coaching on point, you saw how they was able to confuse that Philly defense. They didn't know what was going out there. Edges weren't being set. Guys were all over the place. And I think that had a lot to do with the play design and all that good stuff. Brock Purdy, that man's starting to come along, man. Like early on, it was kind of like, man, he got all these all pros. He's not like that. The man's making throws in the biggest of the games. Dallas 42-10, I believe. Philly 42-19. I mean, the man's making big plays. So overall, 49ers is where I think everything's going to have to go through. But Philadelphia, man, that defense looked extremely suspect, especially on the back end. And it wasn't just a player here, a player there. I seen big play Slay getting turned around. I seen Bradbury on the other side getting beat. The safeties, which I bragged about early on, Bayard, those guys, they weren't feeling whole. They were missing there was a lot of missed tackles in that game. And, Shaq Leonard being there, that got to be an upgrade in my opinion eventually. But when you look at it, man, that defense is extremely gettable. And the offense for Philadelphia has to play lights out, in my opinion, to match up with Cowboys or the 49ers.
You know, and you sound just like I sounded yesterday, and they were shooting me down yesterday. I say, man, San Francisco is different. When you're comparing what they can do to you on offense, their offensive schemes, how they play with your eyes, get you out of your gap, don't allow you to set the edge, because it is a totally different challenge than anything else you're gonna see from anybody else around the league. And when they're healthy, I have agreed they are the best team in the league.
You are reinforcements.
You are
reinforcements.
That's what it is.
Reinforcements.
And I didn't say nothing to him either.
And I didn't talk to him before this. This is exactly what I said yesterday. And it was like, nah, that showed us that you could. I said, we just played Philly 3 weeks ago.
It didn't show us.
We didn't look like that. CeeDee Lamb almost had 200 yards.
While he's rewinding the tape, let me just say this.
Tomorrow,
when you rewind the tape, my whole thing was, in the matchups that I've seen the Philadelphia Eagles in, they have something in the first half. They've gone into half down by 7, 10, 3, whatever it is. Teams have let them off the hook. My thing was, the 49ers was the one team that I knew that could come in, if healthy, and not let them off the hook. And we saw that.
Yeah.
That's my only point. That a team is going to play them for 4 quarters like Philly is going to play you for 4 quarters. Jalen Hurts has that Nick Saban trait, whatever it is. They're going to play you. It's going to be a 4-quarter game. Now, the 49ers was the only team that I saw come in there and say, Pound Town. This is what we did. This is what we did to do.
You know he got Will Smith. He talking about Pound Town.
Hey, yo, no, I'm not
What are we doing?
You know what I'm saying.
Where are we going?
Come on, people. Yeah, come on now. But you saw what it was. I mean, that second quarter, that third quarter, that fourth quarter, they were unrelenting on defense and on offense. Now, when I'm saying they look gettable is because a team that won't let up on them, and that's the way that Dallas is going to beat them.
Listen, because I want you to go back and I want you to go through the stats that you said, because he was talking about, you see what CMC did to him and he was getting all these yards. Yeah, we got that. I said, Tony Pollard averaging not as much as CMC this year, okay? We talked about the last time we played Philly, had like 53 yards, 3 catches for 13 yards, and then Heck started rattling off stats and said, okay, I mean, if you can go ahead and get 97 rushing and 40 catching, and I said, when has he done that?
Not this year. Again.
Okay, it doesn't make me feel better about Tony Pollard being able to do that just because of what I saw San Francisco do, because I know what San Francisco is. Can we beat Philly? Absolutely. We left them off the hook last time we played them.
Yeah.
But I don't always consider that letting them off the hook. They found a way to make the plays at the time when we weren't able to make them. San Francisco just one of them teams where, man, when they get you down, they gonna keep you down now.
Shanahan is the wizard of the West Coast system. Will we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. Will you agree that Mike McCarthy runs some variation of what is considered a West Coast system?
Getting the ball out fast to moving your number one option around. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I agree. I know where you're going with this, but I'm going to let you finish.
No, I'm just saying it's a variation of it. And all I'm saying
Texas Coast.
Huh?
Texas Coast,
whatever you want to call it. But the truth is in this offense, what I believe is missing and what you don't see is that incremental production from Tony Pollard in the running game, which would make everything else run smooth. Now, I'm saying this. Especially in most offenses, short passing is just an extension of the running game. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay,
yes.
So San Antonio. San Francisco.
Where we at?
Oh, man. I do a lot.
Got him.
Okay. San Francisco's extension of their running game is those short passing game with Deebo Samuels. Okay, and I think that the Cowboys do the same thing. And I'm relating this to Brandon Cooks as well, because Brandon Cooks can be that extension of the running game that you're not getting from Tony Pollard in those short passes. We hadn't been able to hit him. Well, lately we've been able to do it, but expose defenses with that style of an offense. And all I'm saying is that for Tony Pollard, to me, I just need a 20% boost in his production to be sure that we can go into this game and beat Philly.
No doubt about it. I think if you're getting a little bit more out of Tony Pollard, it'll make things easier for Dak. We talk about play action and being able to manipulate the defense. But I will say this, man, that the system is one thing, but Deebo Samuel, he's a different dude. I mean, you could throw a bubble screen to him and he could take it, 65 yards on any given down. Christian McCaffrey might be the best running back in the National Football League.
He's one of one in the league right now.
One of one. So when you talk about, being able to expose a defense, it's also the guys in that system that's able to expose that. I mean, I don't see another receiver like Deebo Samuel. Like CeeDee Lamb is a beast when it comes to route running, catching. But when you talk about, being a running back after you got that ball in your hands, there's only so many cats like a Deebo Samuel. So to me, I think the system that the Cowboys got going now, where it's, they're getting the ball out of Dak's hands quick. He's also hitting some of those seam routes. Fergie's coming alive a little bit out there as well, and Cooks. I think that offense is enough. This Mike McCarthy, Texas coach, whatever you want to call it, is enough to move the ball on Philly and give your team an opportunity to win. I mean, we saw it a couple weeks ago. Dak was outstanding against Philly in Philadelphia. We all know this team is a different team on the road. But when you talk about at home, I think that's when you get the best of the best. And this offense that they got right now, I think it's perfectly made, and it will be able to move the ball against Philly.
Yeah, and I think, and I agree with that, because I think our offense is much different than San Francisco's. Like San Francisco is able to do what they do because how well they're able to run the ball. Right. I don't think we have that same type of running game, but we do have Dak Prescott. And the way that Dak Prescott has played since the bye week has been a way that I think that if he can sustain that and continue protecting the ball and getting the ball into his playmakers' hands and also continue extending plays using his legs, I think that is our recipe for beating any team out there in the league. I just don't think we're going to go out there and look any way like San Francisco. Like you said, the players make a difference, and Deebo is a difference maker. But that offense runs through Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he is the guy, being able to catch out of the backfield, cause those matchups. He can also block and pass. Yeah. Like, he can do all of it. And I think as long as you have a guy like that on your squad, then you're good. Our guy like that is Dak Prescott.
So, and staying on this side of the ball, I mean, from our offense to their defense, and you talk about the weapons, and there's no comparison, and nobody's trying to call Brandon Cooks Deebo or TP, CMC, not doing that. What I'm saying is, with the weapons that you have an opportunity against this Philly defense, which to me, like you said, that secondary looks gettable.
Oh, without a doubt.
But what isn't gettable is that front line. They are still stout up front. Now, you have seen, and my question to y'all is related to the offensive line and raising up to the challenge of Philadelphia's defensive front, because the last time we saw them, we had a big-time problem with our protection.
Yeah, listen, it's still a little scary. I think the positives that you could take out of our offensive line this time around is, I think Tyron Smith now with this new practice schedule is a lot healthier, and he's able to play a lot better, because I think that weight is off his shoulder, right? I think he feels a lot more comfortable in doing everything that he needs to do, because he's not worried about being injured, and he's also healthy as he's been in a while. All right, Tyler Smith continuing to get better. I still like Biotish. I watched the Philadelphia defensive line, and they didn't look anything unstoppable when they played against San Francisco. So I'm still comfortable there. I think the issue that we had was a Terrence Steele issue last time, and I'm hoping that, like Terrence Steele has done in the past, when he's had a bad outing, had a bad season, that he went back into the lab, no pun intended, and he worked with the offensive line coach, and they said, hey, man, this is what you got to do to get better, right? You got 10 days, right? You played on Thursday, we play on Sunday, you got 10 days. We need to figure out how to get you better so we don't have that same type of issue when we go into the game. And I believe that though it may not be 100% better, he's going to be more stout than he was in the previous game.
So you believe?
I do.
Terrence Steele in this matchup with Sweat.
I believe he will be better than he was last time.
And I believe they'll do a better job coaching. Like, I don't think if Sweat's starting to go crazy, like, I don't think they're just going to leave T still on the island like they did in the previous game. And we all saw that last drive. I mean, the man was getting beat, and for whatever reason, there was no chipping of the running back, chipping of the tight end. They kind of left him out there on the island, which we saw was devastating overall. So I feel like not only will T still, I don't know, be in the right space, whatever the case may be, and he'll perform better. But I believe they won't leave him on an island as well. I think McCarthy has done a great job coaching so far, especially offensively. And I don't think he'll let one guy, ruin the entire thing. I think they're going to help him out a lot on that edge. So overall, I mean, I wouldn't deviate too far from the game plan that they had last time. But I do think those two guys in the middle for Philadelphia, you're talking about Jordan Davis and who's the young guy from the rookie from Alabama? Jalen Carter. I do believe that they'll create a little bit of problem in there. Like Biotish, he's playing well, but those two guys, man, they create a lot of early penetration. So I can see us getting, Dak Prescott on the edge, using his legs, or getting Tony Pollard out on the edge in that regard. But I like the game plan they did last time, to be honest with you. I mean, and they put up a lot of points, but what's happening?
Minus the fact that Brandon Cooks was not looked at.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Because as much as you getting help by bringing a tight end in or somebody to chip and all that stuff. Like, you're able to do that if you have more than one person who is going off in the game. All right. If CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks are options out there for you to say, hey man, both these dudes are eating and we can throw the ball to any one of these guys at any time, right? And defense has to respect that. Then you have an opportunity to move that tight end in and then chip, because you don't necessarily have to have him in the route, because you got 2 guys out there, possibly 3 guys out there that's cooking, and you can afford to say, hey man, you stay here, make sure that he has some help before you release out into your route. So throw Brandon Cooks the football.
Get him involved.
Man. Yeah. Get him involved. Well, however you got to do it, out of the backfield, screen pass, whatever it is. He ain't Debo, but I'm telling you, speed wins. Speed kills in the NFL. I watched Tyreek Hill go out there and do what he did, because I played against him in both my fantasy leagues. He went out there and killed me in both of them. All right. I see the man motion across, get down in a squat position, and everybody know he about to run deep. Like, he just coming out of the blocks, and he ran straight by him every time.
Now, why you kill me? Why you kill me when I talk about Tony Pollard in the CMC vein, and then you take
no. I said no.
You prefaced your statement.
Listen, I said speed, I said speed.
Okay,
not the type of player.
You killed me for what I
speed.
But then you took the same.
That's not the same.
No.
You're talking about the player.
Different player.
You're talking about the player.
Well,
I'm talking about.
Good. He is good. This guy right here, boy, you need to go law school.
Bro,
you are in the wrong profession, bro.
Now listen, if you just want to argue, just argue.
No, I don't.
Is Tyreek Hill fast?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Is Brandon Cooks fast?
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's what I'm talking about. Not their ability to run routes and do all that stuff. I'm just talking about how fast they are.
Thank you.
You
win,
because I'm gonna win on this foolishness you was talking about.
You win, Dan. Who is? Now I know y'all got a chance to look at the tape and just at the defense for Philadelphia. Who is the guy that you're circling? This guy and saying, "Look, opportunity goes right through. This is where we gotta go."
Who was it? Was it 3-9? Who was the Nickelback?
Oh, I ain't gonna say he just does not
What's
play
his
well.
name?
39.
We need to know his name. All right, we need to make the announcers.
We got Sidney Brown, who's 21. Know him. Is it Bradley Roby?
Who
Bradley
Roby 15 hit with the
39.
39. I'm just saying the announcers should know his for the treatment that these teams have come in here and tried to put on 26.
Everybody's eating on
I'm saying. So we've been watching this for the last few games. Hey man, we're gonna find DeRon Bland. We're gonna see if he can cover. All right. That should be the same treatment that we give 3-9 this week. Wherever he's lined up at, that person should be. What Chad Ocho kiss the baby.
Kiss the baby. It's over with.
It should be work coming his way every time.
Eli Ricks.
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 I mean, it should be a Eli Ricks type of day.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Because we just watched it, and we watch every other team in the league say, "Hey man, we're gonna make sure that we have this matchup in our favor, and then we're gonna take advantage of it."
And nickel, and as far as the nickel is concerned, that would be. Because CD lines up inside
everywhere, yeah.
But that would be primarily which receiver would be on
39?
39.
Slot.
Yeah. So Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I mean either one of that because CD has been doing a lot. So yeah, take turns on him. But I'm putting CD there all day, and you're gonna have to figure out a way to double team him in the slot, and then leave Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, whoever that is, Turpin out there 1-on-1, and then you got to see if they can win those matchups.
Because everybody's been destroying Eli Ricks. I mean, it's just.
It's not good.
It's everybody. You look at you're like, man, who's 39? How they let him back in the game? Who's this 39 falling? And it's Eli Ricks.
What's your opinion of James Bradberry as a corner? What do you think about him?
I think he's solid.
I think
he's a solid corner. Like I think he takes the ball away, not as great as a Bland, but he'll give you about 3 to 4 interceptions a year. He's usually tasked with either the number 1 or the number 2 wide receiver because Slay doesn't travel. He don't travel. So he's going to go against one of the number 1 guys each and every time. And has he gotten burnt? Of course. He has. Every corner's going to get theirs. But I think more times than not, he's shown up in games and he's been able to play. So I think he's a solid corner, man.
Yeah, I think he's solid. I'm gonna say this, and you're gonna say what you got to say. I think that Philly's secondary is solid. I think they ran into a buzzsaw last week, and I think the same thing happened with us the week before, where Geno Smith came in here and looked like he was the best quarterback in the league. I still think they have some guys who can make some plays out there. I think we are better than them offensively. I think that our skill positions, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, And the other guys,
Ferguson,
I think that we are better than them, and I think that is a matchup where I'm giving us the nod when you get into the game on Sunday.
Y'all, let's take our first break. Mm-hmm. Let's take our first break and come back, and then let's go over to the other side of the ball. I want to talk about this defense because, man, so much has been made about that Seattle matchup and all the yards that we gave up. Coming up next on the Players Lounge.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get a frame-worthy family holiday photo with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa Claus will be at his cowboy-themed cottage in the Star District through December 24th. Book your visit before December 9th and save $5 with code STAR5. Visit thestardistrict.com/Santa for more information. And look who made it back in here. Brother Newey.
Looking good, too, at the Blazer.
Man,
Looking
look at him,
man.
He must have did
Nice
real
to see you,
TV
dog.
today,
Yeah.
boy.
Nice to see you,
Real
dog.
TV today.
Yeah.
Where that come? We ain't never seen that jacket before,
No,
man.
I ain't seen that one. I ain't
one.
never seen that, man. What you got on him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he right. Oh, he right.
Stuck the leg out.
He right today. He right. Okay.
First Sunday Shaw.
You look good, man. You look good.
Craig Melvin, today's show, came down to interview Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
So, since we're an NBC affiliate, they're like, Craig is here. Can you interview Craig to preview the upcoming interview on Friday? So, we did it. And it's Dak Prescott talking about cancer screenings. Obviously, remember, he lost his mom to it. Craig Melvin lost his brother to it. And so, this shows you the kind of guy he is. You know, even in the midst of a year where he's co-leading Brock Purdy for the MVP, he wants to take time so people get themselves checked out. Says a lot about the dude, man. I mean, we all know, and I was telling Craig, I was like, when you cover him like we do and you know about the man, when you hear the criticism that he gets, you just you shake your head. It's just like, you know, guys, this dude deserves an applause for all he's been through to be doing what he's doing in life as a person and as a man. I got a lot of respect, like we all do with this table. I got a lot of respect for Dak Prescott, but it's just good to see nationally him getting credit, being the Walter Payton Man of the Year. So that was cool. So that's what I was doing. So apologize for being late.
What time and when is that airing?
So it's going to air Friday morning. So Friday morning is when it's going to air. So
And I saw the little video of him giving D-Law. He surprised D-Law with his Walter Payton Man of the Year nomination. For the
D-Law
Cowboys.
got it?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh,
Yeah, he
that's
nominated
big
for us this
time.
year. Yeah, so
That's
that was
big time.
it was because we know D-Law. Like we was here when D-Law first got drafted, and to see D-Law where he is now is great, and it's great to see a guy like Dak be able to give him that surprise because I mean, who else would do it here?
Yeah, that's it.
We all understand and know that these guys come in as very young men, but the public judges them as though they're full-grown adults and you should know better and all these different things. And D-Law has he's grown into a great family man, and you guys played with him, and heck, D-Law's been getting back to this community for a long time, and it just doesn't get highlighted. And it's good to see. When I saw Dak do that, I was like, man, I'm really happy because I ended up talking to him this summer at training camp just about the different things he's been doing around here because I wanted that highlighted as well. And I'll raise my hand in the media, being a person on TV, we quick to sit up here and talk about what guys don't do right or if they do something wrong. We never equalize the hey, here's what you're doing good part. We never do that. So that was really cool to see that for D-Law. And then that interview, by the way, I do with Craig. I think that'll air on Thursday morning on
Thursday and Friday. All right,
Thursday and Friday. He booked it. He busy. He's doing his thing. It's our brother Nui with another Emmy on the way.
Couple.
A couple. What, 15 now almost?
Nah, man, we 12.
After this, it's gonna be.
We try to stack.
Hey, stack them up.
But we got our boy Kyle Yeomans.
Does the stand back got one?
I kept telling you to do it. You wouldn't do it, man. So you need to get your name up in there, man.
You do it for him, he'll do it.
Yeah.
That's about how it's gonna get done.
I did it myself.
Now think of this. Now I told Kyle to do it. Isaiah got on the train. Haley got on it.
What do they all have in common?
They all won. Wow. And this man is right here doing. He's been working on the same sets with them. It could have been you.
Because that's true, man. That's true.
He's saving it for later.
Yeah, you never know, man. I might jump in there. You never know. Man.
That's all right. You gonna walk to his wine cellar and get him a 50-year-old wine tonight.
Take the Emmy back to Toledo. Show the boys.
I wonder if it's still 42. I don't know.
That's probably
be a little bit more.
They'll drop it for you.
Inflation. Yeah. Hey, I'm happy you said that about Dak being co-leading for MVP with Brock Purdy. And because I know a lot of people always say nobody gives Dak any credit for doing anything. Dak's been playing well, and I've been seeing Dak get credit for playing well this season, and I hope they not just build him up to knock him down. I hope Dak has that pen. No. I hope Dak got that pen that he talk about that he's writing a story with in these next few games that we play. Hey, man, stamp it right here. Hey, bro, I'm here, and I'm playing against all competition, no matter if they're a horrible team like the Giants when they came here, or if it's a top-notch team that we will be playing in the month of December. I am still here, and I'm ready to go.
Stand on that for a minute, and I forgot because Duval lost on them last night.
They fell away with that one.
The number one seed is in the AFC now, Miami. They're on the schedule. So the Cowboys have Philadelphia, on the road at Buffalo.
Detroit.
You got first place, the first place, number one seed, Miami Dolphins.
Number one.
Then you've got Detroit, who's right there with the Cowboys. So the ability to lock up the MVP, even if he ties it with Brock Purdy, the votes are going to be there. He has the opportunity to make the statement to close the show, and that's what you got to do in these types of contests here. You got to close they'll remember what you did at the end because it's the most recent thing. So he's got the opportunity to go ahead.
I hope he get it.
I hope he does too, man. But the noise is starting to get loud, and so I want him to keep them same receipts, keep that same energy that they had. Man, they have to.
Man,
they have to because he ain't played nobody, he ain't played nobody,
Why we got to do this, bro? Why we always got? Hey man, listen.
Energy.
Last year, the man led the league in interception. People talked about it a lot, as they should. He came back this year, and the offense looked however it looked in the first few games, and we were sitting there saying we aren't sure. We aren't sure. He was efficient, under 200 yards passing. We weren't sure. They came out of the bye week, and he's looked totally different. So now he gets the, hey man, you're protecting the ball, you lead in touchdowns, and you're the co-MVP. Hopefully, the rest of the season you play it out and you get some dubs and you win the MVP. I think that is fair to say.
Let's talk
when
about
a dude
something.
ain't playing well, that he ain't playing well. And if he's playing good, but damn it, he's playing good.
Let's talk about something to make you happy.
I'm happy.
Let's go to Dan Quinn. All right, let's go to Dan Quinn and this defense. And Dan Quinn, Dan Quinn we trust. And Dan Quinn we trust.
That's right.
Hey, what did he do?
That's right. That's right.
No. I mean, honestly, coming into this Philadelphia matchup, guys, what's imperative to you as guys that played in the secondary, played defense? What's important to you guys coming into this matchup?
I think the number one factor going into this matchup is, especially with this defense, is you got to get that pass rush going again. I mean, I think that was the main difference what we saw when they played against Seattle. Was Geno Smith was able, I'm not saying he had all day back there, but he was able to step up in that pocket and make some big-time throws. That's something that we haven't seen from an offense going against a Dan Quinn defense since, probably last year. So I think this pass rush has got to get better because as good as that secondary is, and you got Gilmore, you got Bland leading the league, all that interception stuff, I think they benefit a lot out of having that great pass rush. I mean, when we were at the number one defense, we had a great secondary, but what led that team was that defensive pass rush and forcing the quarterback to get it out fast and making sure, oh, man, I just want it out of it. It's like a hot potato. So I think this defense benefits a lot when they have those guys getting after the quarterback, and I think that's what they got to get back to when you go against, the Eagles in this situation. You got to get back to rushing the passer and making sure he feels you.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think we got to cover better. Because I think Geno had, one of the fastest, time to throws that game. He was able to get the snap, get it out of there, and those short passes were turning into very long passes, very big time plays. And when you aren't able to stop the big time plays, those explosive plays, then you find yourself in trouble, like we did. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Then all of a sudden, now everybody's rolling. Now they juiced up and they ready to go. You got to be able to stop those big time plays. Yards after the catch, and then also for me, whatever Philly is, we know that they want to run the ball.
Thank you.
So for us, you got to stop the run. That's where it starts at. Stop Jalen, stop Swift, stop Gainwell, stop all these guys from running the ball, make them one-dimensional, and then let your defensive line get out there and do what they do best.
Talking about the run, Philly had 100 yards of rushing on 33 carries, averaged 3.3 yards a tote in that game. At the link, which they won 28-23. By the way, the Cowboys averaged 3.5 yards, but they only had 73 yards rushing. And another thing we got to add on this, too, the penalties, guys. The penalties. We could talk all day. I mean, we can talk about both sides, man. Cowboys had 10 penalties in that game against Philadelphia, had 9 penalties last week. They can't beat themselves. The pre-snap penalties, the jumping off sides, not reporting ineligible to the referees. This is in point of emphasis that Mike McCarthy and the coordinators have to drill home this week. You are not going to beat the Eagles by allowing them to have a first down because you didn't jump offside on a 3rd and 2. You can't do that in this game.
And it was weird that I saw Philly in that situation a lot, just lining up in the neutral zone, penalties like that. But you're right, man. Dallas, that last game versus Seattle was an ugly game for us penalty-wise. But I'm opposite of you guys when it comes down to what the importance is. And you kind of hit on it, that what you said in the latter, but I just feel like you have to shut them down. You have to shut this running game down.
Bingo.
The attention to detail has to be in shutting Swift down because he gets everything. When their balance is there, that's where it just looks like Jalen Hurts' click. Everything is working for him. He wants, it's 3rd and long. He gets to shuffle out and get a first down because you're worried about so much. And it's hard to go off of this San Francisco game with the defense because Greenlaw and Warner are it'd be fool's gold for me to assume that Bell and I don't want no doubt.
Thank you, bro.
And Bell,
thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I've been waiting for you to say something like this for 2 days.
I would think it'd be fool's gold if I would assume that Bell and Clark would be the same or the equivalent of. It's going to have to be what San Francisco did was they just basically said, you're not going to run the ball. We're going to take that away. 18 carries, 46 yards. They shut it down. And I think that's how you make them one-dimensional, as one of y'all just mentioned.
Let me ask y'all this. What do you think would hurt this defense more, the running game or the big plays? And I understand it kind of works as far as play action and all that stuff, but, what hurt this team against Seattle? It was big-time plays, big chunk plays back there. So would you rather have a guy like Swift go for 125 or give up 375 yards passing and 4 tubs off of the big plays instead of gradually making them work for it to get down the field? That's the only thing with me because when I look at this team, outside of that, Arizona game and the 49ers game, the run hasn't really destroyed this Cowboys defense this year. It hasn't really destroyed it. We say teams are getting away from it really fast, and that's kudos to what they're able to do and stopping it early, but it hasn't really gashed this team huge.
Arizona did.
Yeah, outside of the Arizona game, yeah. So to me, it's big plays. It's big plays and making sure you got a cap on that. Look at what the 49ers did, or the Philly did against the 49ers. When those first 2-3 series, it was all shots down the field. It was trying to get that big play started. They realized they couldn't get the big play. They tried to run the ball, but that time it was too late. So I'm gonna ask y'all: would you rather have the gradual run or the big plays? If you gotta stop one.
Like our offense is playing in a way now where it makes me nervous if we can't stop the run and the team is able to keep you off of the field, right? And get those long drives to where all of a sudden 1 3 and out gets you in trouble. Like all of a sudden, 3 and out, now they go on another 9-play drive and they put up some points. Now you 14 points down and you're trying to figure out a way to climb back in the game. What I don't want Philly to do is have those 10-plus play drives repeatedly, have our defense on the field, and then all of a sudden, like every offensive possession now is one where you got to go down there and score because we can't figure out a way to get them out the field. That makes me nervous. Those big plays, them hurt, man. Yeah. Them hurt. But if our offense is rolling, I'd rather have a shootout where we just going back and forth than like, hey, like defense, what we doing? That makes sense. What we doing? That's where I kind of stand on that. But I do feel you on those explosive plays.
Church, that's a great point. And obviously, that's death by 1,000 cuts. Which way you want it, all right? Yeah. Do you want them to run the ball, take the ball control, field position, all of that? You never get an opportunity to get your offense back on because they got those slow, methodical drives? Or do you want to give up, 4 or 5 yards on first down, bring up second and short, in which we've seen them be able to do, get a bunch of yards and put us, our defense, and Dan Quinn's play calling ability in a bad situation. But either way, we got a couple more days for your other boys.
Not the other boys.
Believe it or not, at one point in time, they played the Patriots, and it was a 26-20 Eagle win. They ran the ball, and that was really what ended up. They both basically had the same time possession, but they ran the ball, and Bill Belichick ran the ball against them too. I just think that's what they want to do. They want to go ahead and shorten the football game and then hit you with Devontae or hit you with A.J. Brown on a big play, but that whole thing is based on them running. Okay. And that to me, if you shut that thing down, I'll take my chances with everything else. And you know what? Make Hurts pass. Make him fair. Get a lead, make him pass. And let's see what he has. Remember, he got hurt the last game. We don't know exactly where he's going to be. And I can tell you as a DeAndre Swift fantasy football manager, dude hadn't had it. He ain't 100% healthy. He wasn't where he was.
So let's take our last break. All right, take our last break. When we come back, Nua, you got to give us a little insight on what Jerry said today about one Shaq Leonard. Coming up next on the Players Lounge.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Go ahead. The 2024 NFL Pro Bowl games are taking over Orlando, and the roster is up to you. Cast your ballot for the 2024 Pro Bowl game. Vote and send your favorite Cowboy players to compete in the Ultimate AFC vs. NFC Showdown this February. Vote now at probowl.com/vote. None of our guys will be there.
Vote.
I know why.
None of my guys will be there.
Vote for Tyron Smith.
Except
Yeah.
Ooh,
I got a feeling. I got a feeling.
Hey, you see how he tried to come in and try to start something? How many props did we give Tyron Smith today?
I gave him a lot, at least 5.
Yeah, see, you came in with the foolish and talking about that. Yeah, you did.
It's all good.
I saw the look. I saw the look out of the corner of your eye. You look right there. You look right there like this here. Right before you walked in here, I was giving Tyron Smith all the praise in the world.
Players Lounge is going down. Newy's back. He came right in here with the foot. As soon as he come in.
That's what happened when you left.
I'm voting my guy 7-7.
Hey,
7-7?
Hey, he hit you with the. Hey, Danny. Then he thought he had to.
You late.
I'm not trying
it's
to
on
get
camera.
I'm just trying.
It's on camera, Newy.
I'm glad you. I'm just trying to make sure I take my guy 7-7.
Okay, well, both of them. Nobody gonna stop you.
Hey, you gotta take him and the neck roll.
Man.
See,
now look at him next time.
We all know that's what the
Don't look at me out of the corner.
Dirty work.
Powers lie in the neck
That's
roll.
some dirty work right there.
All right. The Players Lounge is back, sponsored by Tostitos. Newy Scruggs is in the building. Danny McCray is here. Barry Church is here. I'm merely Heckman.
That is Heckman Harrison over there.
Hey, man, y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right, man.
I got more respect for Craig Melvin than I do.
You was good. You came in trying to shoot some slugs. Yeah, you did.
I'm talking about 7-7. I've been talking about 7-7 all year long.
Yeah, ain't nobody say. I'm voting for 77.
Stick with him. All right, y'all.
Vote for
Who you got?
7-7. Him and Luca. 7-7.
Yeah.
So Jerry said on 105.3 The Fan about Shaq Leonard. It was never a financial issue at all. That wasn't the case in any way. He wanted to go where he thought he had the best chance. And again, I honor and recognize his decision.
Man, no, I ain't putting too much into that. I think he's saying Shaq feels he has the best chance to win. And Jerry feels that way. So I ain't put too much into it. Shaq chose that side, and
he chose that side.
Chose that. You want to choose your side.
They got the brush. They got three Qs up there, man. I'm sure they made him feel at home and said, "Come on here." And the hardcore truth is, based on what Jerry said and based on the history right now, Philadelphia does. Time, proof, and consistency, they have got it right now. If you're saying who do you trust to give you a better shot to win right now, you have to say Philadelphia based on time, proof, and consistency. So,
Danny,
there it is.
Putting your feet in Shaq Leonard's shoes. Like, if you're making... no. I mean,
What?
Man, you should be on Indiana Jones, man. Small boy right here sitting there. Touch a candle in there. The booby trap on that side, man. I tell you what, man.
why you want to let me say what you thing, man?
Get him on Indiana Jones,
you want to let me do that?
Nah, I tell you, he got his family members attacking me on Twitter because of stuff like this.
I'm just asking, man.
You ain't right.
My name ain't Shaq. All Leonard, and I played for the Cowboys. So I know when I walked up if I would have walked up into the Star, all right, and I saw all this stuff around here, I'm a Texas boy, all that stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't no way I was getting up out of here.
You wasn't leaving.
Nah, because this what I know, and I've always said this: last year's team and results have nothing to do with this current year. All right, so yes, Philly did go to Super Bowl last year, all that stuff. Things change all the time. All right, so. And I'm biased because I played for the Cowboys, and I know what we have here. I know everything that's around here. I know Texas. I know all that stuff. So for me, it's a little different. If he felt that way, then he felt that way. The good thing about it is, in a few days,
we get to see
Jerry might get the opportunity to say, "Yeah, about that chance you thought you had, player."
Yeah, that's true.
Or he leaving the door open and say, "Hey, if it don't work out there, bro, we really like you. You come on back because we know that deal is short."
What kind of checklist would you have made? I mean, as far as like coaches, like to finalize your decision as a free agent, being able to make that decision.
Wait, you talking about like free agency?
Yes. Yeah,
I was going to the highest bidder. It didn't.
Go to the highest
bidder. I ain't giving none of that. I was going to.
But it wasn't. A money issue. So now where you at?
So if it's not a money issue, then there's no. I've been all around the league except for Vegas, but I haven't been there yet. But there's no facilities like there is here. Like there's not even close to what they got here at the Cowboys. You talking about first class meals, traveling anywhere. There's nothing like it here. So
man,
if you going by just that, then you got to come here. But like I said, for me,
you wanted me to say something different. I ain't saying nothing different, dog. I love the Cowboys.
This your man right here, dog.
We ain't even talking. He didn't tell me that coming in. You know what I mean?
Is it a problem for me to respect Jalen Hurts? Is that an issue? So what is everybody got a problem with me saying that I respect what Jalen Hurts has been through from his that's crazy.
You got to, baby. You got
quarterback.
I gotta hate him because I played for the Cowboys. He not beat me. Not out there.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Look, and if anything, they should show the Cowboys and Jerry, okay, here's even right. You need to push yourself back into that conversation because there was a time when it was not a choice. It was the Cowboys. If the Cowboys call, you went there. If the Niners call, you went there. It's not that way anymore. So how do you get it back that way? You got to go out and win. Go out and take this thing and show people, all right, boom, here's the respect. I just watched it with the Texas Rangers. You know what? They got respect now. And that's how you go take it. That whole thing was like, go take it. The same thing for the Cowboys. You got them this week. They're here. This is a must doggone win game, in my opinion.
That's what we need to do. We got to get the shirts to say "Go Take It." We need the "Go Take It" shirts on. That's the victory.
That's today's show.
Go take it.
You're next door in Arlington. Just go in there. Hey guys, what's left around here? So,
hey, a question for y'all before we get out of here. What is the price going up for serviceable backup quarterbacks based off what you saw last? Because usually, it was like, hey man, your backup quarterback, especially with us, Matt Castle was here, and your backup quarterback get in, and the whole season's over with. But then lately, you've been seeing backup quarterbacks get in the game and be able to then keep their teams in the game and then playoff contention as well. So the backup quarterback positions that you used to have, where the dude used to be like, I'm gonna sit back here for 5-6 years, and just collect my check. Those days are on their way out of the door.
I'll say no. Because we all saw what Cooper Rush did for Dak last year. There was no offense for him.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy came back here. I was surprised. I thought he'd be gone. So clearly this league is full of some folks who truly don't know what they're doing as far as personnel evaluations, because when I see the quarterbacks that are rolling, I'm like, who? And Cooper Rush, you saw what he did on Sunday Night Football, beat a doggone good Minnesota team on a Sunday night. I mean, this guy's got it. And it's not just one year he did. He's done it over several years.
Yeah.
And he's been developed by Mike McCarthy here. Why wouldn't you go get him? I don't know. I do not, especially the Giants. Giants had him in 1 year. You had him 1 year.
That's true.
But so I don't think they're smart enough. But I'll say this, boy, if you're a Cowboy fan, be happy with what they've done with Cooper Rush. And if Cooper Rush decides to leave after this season, you should feel good that they're trying to progress with Trey Lance in the same way they did with Cooper Rush. They've got a good program as far as developing quarterbacks around here, and that even goes back to Dak Prescott. Yeah. They know how to develop some quarterbacks around here.
Well, and it ain't bad to step into a situation where you got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I mean, I'm just saying, when you step into a situation like that, that will make you look good. I mean, ask Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. He stepped in. Look at what he doing. Got him up for the MVP. Anyway, and also my man Jalen Hurts. It's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday.
I got double G.
We got wins.
No.
Let's go, baby.
Everybody can't do it.
Believe me.
They make you believe that everybody can do it. Oh, they got T.
I believe in you, double G. Come back,
everybody
baby.
Can't do it.
Get your back up roll. Get your back.
Everybody can't do it, Church. And hey, on behalf of everybody on the show, I think your quarterback takes. We gonna have to.
Double G, I'm with you, man. Let's go. Man.
That's the Players Lounge, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Check us out.
The Nooch.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!